Yo, salute, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of that 120 on the dash with your boys Mac when so random.
And Jeffro Rekordz.
As y'all already know, it's Friday. It's turn up time, and we back on the podcast. Yo, Jeffro. How your week been, my boy?
Hey man, everything has been good, man. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, the music is a little loud, bro.
When I put it on low,
There you go.
okay. Cool.
Now that's better, yeah. Yeah, man, everything has been cool. What'd you say? Your fault?
Yeah, my apologies.
Oh no, man, you good.
Working on this. Okay, I'm gonna just go live on Facebook if anybody want to catch us over there. I can't hear, well, of course, I don't even bring nobody in, but let me see if I can invite you. All right, my apologies. How's your week been, my boy?
Man, everything has been cool beans, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything has been all right, man. Steady, smooth, and as usual, you know what I mean? As cool as I want to be, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? How your week been?
Pretty good, bro. You know me, I don't never complain. I think I just invited you. When you get a chance, just hop in and then send me an invite for the live convo if you want. Actually, you don't.
Right, because I'm recording my video right now as we talking right now live.
Okay. Cool. So, as we used to do, Jeffro said we bringing it back. What's your flavor, neighbor?
Man, my flavor is I'm drinking on some peach Ciroc. Not sponsored at all, but you know what I'm saying? It's peach Ciroc, you know what I'm saying? That's what I felt like today. Felt like some Ciroc. I kind of was a little, you know what I'm saying? I guess you could say pissed off a little bit because I had got 2 bottles, and when I opened my door, the bag fell and one of the bottles broke. So I don't got no pineapple, dog.
Damn. But I ain't gonna lie, you introduced me to that Ciroc at one point, and that peach with some just Sprite of on is dope.
Yeah. So I mean, I like to drink mine straight though. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like the fruity stuff because it just be a little bit more better
Salute
when it's
anybody
straight.
that's tuned in on Facebook. Uh, if you guys see me slide to my right, it's not because I want to get off camera. It's just I'm doing the stuff I can't be doing on here. So, with that
Oh
being
no.
said, y'all can join us at 120 on the dash live on the podcast right now. Um, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. As you know, my week, I just been working on trying to, 120 on the dash podcast on YouTube. Go check that up. Go check that out. I did release our first video. I did release the audio alone on here. So y'all can go to 120 on the dash.podbean.com. The number 120. Right? Yeah. Shoot, I should go pull it up right now and show y'all, but yeah, my apologies on that. But I'm sure if you guys tap in to download the Podbean application, all you got to type in is 120, the numbers, and then on the dash, we'll pop up.
We'll pop up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We'll pop up somewhere. Yes, Sirski.
My flavor is some good old coffee.
Some good old coffee. That's what's up. Oh, I'm over here acting reckless. Acting reckless. What's up, Chew? I see you.
Yeah, so what we can also do is post this. You know what I mean? I accepted it. Are you in? Oh yeah. What's up, big bro? Salute.
Yeah, I'll be in there in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
You know how this be going. It's the 2 adding. But no, honestly, man, I wanted to do something just a little different this week. Probably for the first little part of this. And what I want to do is kind of just want to shoot some questions and ask you. Let's do a little interview towards you, geared at you a little bit.
So you want to go ahead and do an interview towards me? All right, man. What's happening? What's the word?
So, before we do this, let's not be like, oh dang man, you know these questions, which is true. I'm gonna know a lot of these, but yeah, we are. I'm doing it for the listeners and the viewers. So,
all right.
All right, so let's start with just a little the basics, the backstory, where you started at, as early as you want to go back. Let's do it like that.
All right, so you know what I'm saying, before I could even remember, I know I was a twinkle in my father's eye.
Right.
But
when you were swimming around, did you say, man, I'm gonna raise havoc when I got there?
No, I didn't. I didn't say none of that, man. So basically, I don't know, man. So to go back to it, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? Just Milwaukee bred. I'm a Milwaukee, Wisconsin bred boy. Basically been here my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Kind of ran and rebelled the streets. You know what I'm saying? Grew up on 26th and Burleigh. Amongst like over by Timmerman Field and over on Clybourne, 28th and Clybourne. So Yeah, North Side raised on Milwaukee streets. You know what I'm saying? Grew up in a real nice, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no rough household. It was a pretty good rough household, you know what I mean? Um I was the only child until I was like 9. You know what I'm saying? Then my little brother was came into my life. You know what I'm saying? My mother had another one. Let's see, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was a good kid in school, good student. Uh, you know, nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't start hitting the crazy lifestyle until I gotta say high school. You know what I'm saying? I lived a pretty straight and narrow until about high school. You know what I mean? So high school is when I got introduced to a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have got used to. But you know, we all get older and we all, you know what I'm saying, got to experiment with life, you know what I'm saying? So that's when life really started, you know, I started experimenting with life, you know? So
Right. Okay. So for the people who might tune in and aren't quite familiar with you, why don't you tell them what you do? What's your
I
craft?
well, I should say, you know what I'm saying, the best play, you know what I'm saying, my born given talent, I guess you could say, is being musically inclined. So like, you know, I started off, I wanted to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to spit, you know what I'm saying? I always got this tune in my head. I always felt like I could catch a bar or always had a rhyme. But then, you know, I guess you could say my talent is, you know, my craft is basically creating music. So, and that's what that's what I do. I like to create music.
Okay. So at what age do you think like that kicked in for you the passion of really want to pursue that? And just real quick before you respond, what's up, Chew? Glad to see you back in here. Salute Maya and everybody else who done tapped in. Salute, salute.
Salute, salute. Basically, man, I really don't. I really can't really put a time date on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple different, I guess you could say, eras of it. You know what I'm saying? As far as trying to like, I guess get creative with it or whatever. So I'm gonna say, when I knew I really wanted to rap, it had to be elementary, bro. Like to be honest with you, it had to be elementary because I remember my 5th grade graduation. I had a homeboy. Me and him did a rap. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying, one of our things at the graduation. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of cool too, because when we was writing it, you know what I'm saying, and rehearsing it, you know what I'm saying, the teachers let us go to the, you know what I'm saying, library, like let us skip class, or I ain't gonna say skip class, but like dip out of class early to go to the library and rehearse it. You know what I'm saying? And then me and him did the whole little, I guess you could say, little rap or whatever. And yeah, that felt good at at 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? I think I was like 11, 12, something like that.
Right.
So, um,
Uh, cause I know when you were performing for like we were in the studios laying a lot of tracks, right?
yeah.
Um, I knew your passion for rapping. When do you think that passion for beat producing kicked in?
When I got intrigued with it, you know what I'm saying? When I got intrigued with it and I seen how, I guess you could say, how easy it seemed, you know what I'm saying? Um for making beats, it was more like sitting next to, you know what I'm saying, the other guy we was working with at the time, and I just was noticing how easy he was able to do it. And I'm like, if he could do it, I could do it. And then that's when I did my research, you know what I'm saying, and got more involved into it, you know what I mean? And then I just got more intrigued, and then as I got more intrigued, it was like, damn, I could create this. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Cause I know for a fact I was around. My apologies. When you at least started doing it. Um,
oh yeah, you
and
was for sure.
you were like gravitated to it immediately. So I think you kind of covered my question when you said that it's a God gifted talent, right?
Yeah, it has to be, man.
So when did that uh, passion for the beats become more trump the rapping side of it?
I guess you could say it got more like I hate to say it, but like I feel like it got more like forced. You know what I'm saying? Because like at that time it was like we didn't want to pay for no beats. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to like what I'm saying, pay for beats, pay for studio time. So we just got all our own stuff. And at that time, only me and the other person, what I'm saying, we was making the beats unless we was doing industry type mixtape stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it kind of got forced. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of not going to pay for it, you like, man, I'm just gonna make my own. But then come to find out, you know what I'm saying, a lot of my stuff that I made, you know what I'm saying, y'all wasn't feeling at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, let's pop another CD in, let's do it like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Um. So just personal experience at that time, I don't think it was exactly disliking, because if you remember some of the earlier conversations, I would always say, give it some time. And I already know your beats are, and then and like you said, you were working with somebody in the beginning, right? And we, you trumped us using your beats more than his. So if you look at the AOH compilation, we used majority of your beats, and this was the early stage of you making
Yeah,
beats.
yeah. I feel like the AOH compilation was more of it was more of a learning. You know what I'm saying? Like I was learning as I was going. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
it was all just learning as we went. You know what I mean? As we was going. So that was what's up.
Okay. So who would you say some of your biggest influences, and ins- inspired by, if that fits?
Um, I would have to say for sure it would have to be Beats by the Pound, uh Ed Manny Fresh, Mouse on the Track, a lot of southern producers, man. Who was the producer that was Suave House, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say Scarface. It was a
Mhm.
lot of those type of producers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would have to say those producers for sure. Because I had an ear for the South. Like that was where my niche was at.
Right. That is true.
I
So
mean,
what projects should we really be paying attention to from Jeffro Records at this point?
man, to be honest with you, it ain't really no projects. I mean, the only project I can say that's really out is the AOH compilation. I would say if you want to hear anything from me right now, would be have to be just tap into my IG, which is always got my updated and most recent. I guess you could say what I'm working on at the time because right now, you know what I'm saying. I could say I'm not really making beats as far as doing anything with them. You know what I'm saying? For say, it's more of like a getaway and it's always been like a hobby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because once once you know what I'm saying, you figure out. You know what I mean? Like you try to reach wherever you're going and you hit that threshold or that wall a couple times. You're like, all right, what am I gonna do? So basically, it's just me still building the catalog and being prepared for whatever comes my way. You know what I'm saying? So I could tell you right now, I'm ready for whatever comes my way. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a pretty nice, solid catalog.
Okay. True, true. That is definitely something I know. So I'm a very, like lately I've been in trying to motivate, do things positive, bring sunshine, and I try to keep, like I always said, I like to keep the interviews positive, like.
Right,
But
right.
what would you tell somebody who was at that starting point with you, like where? Because I remember going into a certain establishment, and you jumped on like a drum pad, and you immediately out.
Right.
So were you? What would you tell a person that's sitting at that person right then when I told you? Hey man, we got to get you something because I know you can make some beats. Did you make beats like on the table and stuff through school?
I did, and I was a big beatboxer. You know what I'm saying? I always was beatboxing, you know, and humming, beatboxing. Always, like I said, I always had a tune in my head. You know what I'm saying? And I was the type of person that always bought an album just for like one or two songs. I never bought it to listen to the whole album. You know what I'm saying? I bought it for just that one song, and then I would come to find out that there's other songs on the album that I would like just by me having the album. You see what I'm saying? So, as far as like buying a whole album or whatever, I can only think of a couple albums that I bought just for the whole album. You feel me? But majority everything that I listened to was basically more for like the one or two songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just to get back to your question, what would I tell somebody? Like what in the beginning? Like what would I tell somebody?
That hears that beat and they're trying to get where you're at.
I would say be consistent. I would say be consistent and like you know what I'm saying because I would say be consistent and don't really listen to what like the negative. Don't okay. Let me see how I can word this. Don't get caught up in the negativity comments or criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like constructive criticism is key to you. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody don't like your stuff, don't stop. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody do like your stuff, don't get too big headed and like, you know what I'm saying? Like and feel like you got it now. Just keep going, stay hungry. You know what I'm saying? Always want to get better and better and better.
Facts.
That's
All
it.
right,
You
y'all
gotta
hear
stay
that?
you stay humble. You gotta stay humble. Yeah, that's right, Chu. You gotta stay humble.
Got to stay consistent and accept the opportunities. Sometimes they ain't as big as you want them, but they're small enough to create a crack. And go ahead and make it big with that. You know what I mean?
That is true. And another one is don't be afraid to be different. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I could really say. Do not be afraid to be different. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't like different, but at the same time, doing the same thing as every. What I've noticed is that if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you know what I'm saying? They gonna label you, oh, you doing the same thing as such and such. But then if you want to be different and try to be different, then they might be like, oh man, you sound different, you weird. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to be different. You know what I'm saying? Because different is what stands out in the crowd. You know what I mean? Like just imagine if you look back at like, let's just say school, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knew who the cool people was, but I guarantee you knew who that one weird kid was too.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mama, see,
What's up, Mama Sleeper? You
I'm
know
in
what
the
I'm
middle.
saying?
Your son.
So, you know what I mean? It was so everybody know who that one weird person was too. So, you know what I mean?
That is true. So for someone that's sitting at their table making a beat on with their with the pencil,
Mhm.
um, and somebody's telling them, "Hey man, there's no room. There's 1,000 beat makers. That's a long shot." What would you tell that person opposed to that?
What I'll tell that person is I wish somebody would have came at me with. I wish somebody would have taught me the business end of it first. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have had conversations about the business first. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All I wanted to do was make music. You know what I'm saying? That's all we did. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make music, make music, make music. And we made so much music and was like, all right, what are we gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? I wish I wish I had someone that was, strategize me to, you know what I'm saying, put it out, you know what I'm saying, and learn the business part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then I would have looked at this totally different instead of learning this stuff way at the end that I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I learned it. You know what I'm saying? I am learning it, but at the same time, I wish it was brought to my attention way sooner. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would tell that person that they feel like, you know what I'm saying, that if somebody came to them and said, "Hey man, there's so many beat makers. What's gonna make you different?" I would say, tell them that you know the business part of it. Because I guarantee you, there's a million beat makers, but I guarantee you, not even 10% of them know the right business. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And there's so many avenues for music. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being a rapper, being a singer, being an artist. You know what I'm saying? You got music sync license. You got content creators now. You know what I'm saying? You got so much different stuff that you could actually, you know what I'm saying, do with music and put it out there and get a nice little, I guess you could say, royalty or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
If we knew then what we know now, I think we'd be playing with a different deck. But we ain't gonna do too much. Like we said last episode, there ain't no regrets. But
Nah, it's no regret.
so do you want to give out any shots out? After that, I'm gonna see if anybody has any questions, whether they want to type it in or call. You guys can hit us up with some questions for Jeffro.
Man, right now I want to shout you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you been there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, you the one that basically, you know what I'm saying, got it the ball rolling on the music thing. Cause I mean, it was just a conversation for so many years until you hit me up and was like, I got it. And I'm like, you got what? You said, I got the studio. That's where the
Yeah.
ball just started. That's where the real beginning started, right? Duh. Otherwise, it probably would have just always been a conversation for so long. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have never really got into it or as deep as I did. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for you taking that leap, you know what I'm saying, and being that one was like, I got the studio. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna shout you out for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shout out, you know what I'm saying, all my other supporters, you know what I'm saying, Mama Sita, you know what I'm saying, Chu, you know what I mean, my wife, and then if I really want to shout out more people, man, I would have to say I want to shout out I want to shout out my homie ZJ, man. He's given me a lot of game within the last year on
Fact.
the other end of music. Shout out my other homeboy, Ayo Productions. He's giving me a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? On the music end. So, and basically it's not, and a lot of those conversations ain't even, what kind of beats you making. It ain't even those conversations. So I gotta shout them two out for sure. Cause they gave me a whole different perspective. Like, bro, like you already got it, bro. Like maybe you should try this. Maybe you should focus on this. You know what I'm saying? So shout them out, man. Shout out to everybody on IG, man, all my followers. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the support. I appreciate that.
So yeah, that's a big shout out to ZJ. Big shout out to AO Productions. That's from both Jeffro and Macklin. Okay, y'all. With that said, anybody want to ask some questions? Like I told them, I know we know a lot of them, but I asked from trying to be a fan standpoint of what they would want to know. So if you guys can think of anything that might have not been touched, I'm gonna leave it open for a couple minutes and then we'll change topics.
No doubt, man. And then I mean, last but not least, I cannot forget this, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give a shout out to, you know what I'm saying, my bro Juan. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, man. Because I learned so much from him as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big.
So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give him a big shout out because, yeah, I learned a ton from him as well. It's just like I said, I just wish I had more of a conversation with, you know what I'm saying, on the business end. You know what I mean? It was just always work. Let's make music. Let's do this. Let's do that. It was never like what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw it on YouTube. Let's try to do this. Let's try to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish I just got more of that, you know what I'm saying, insight in the earliest stages of me, you know what I'm saying, wanting to be a music creator.
Fact. Yeah, I never had that chance too, and that was something like with the things that I'm trying to approach. I do wish I had a chance to really sit down and talk with them.
Yeah. That music got a little bit louder.
Yeah, that's the song must have, because I haven't even heard it until this one. So
okay,
it might be. So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the interview portion. I do want to say thank you, bro, for allowing me to do that.
Man, no problem, man. Appreciate that, man.
Because I'm sure everybody sometimes be like, man, who are these two dudes? When, like I always put in our descriptions, we two brothers with two opinions that like to talk. Ish. So yeah, you said you've been I know you like to is there a website where they can get at you, shout out your IG? I mean, like, let's do that.
Yeah, I don't have a website yet, but I do. You can catch me on Instagram. I'm really not on Facebook like that, but Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I'm on there constantly, you know what I'm saying? That's where basically you can find me at majority, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, Mamacita, liking the music. It's basically all me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, check out my Instagram at Jeffro Rekordz. Jeffro Rekordz. That's it. With a Rekordz. That's Jeffro Rekordz. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm starting to get into TikTok as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to do TikTok a little bit more. I don't know, man. It's a whole new year, man. There's gonna be a whole bunch of new stuff coming. New ideas and new endeavors, you know.
Yeah, I've been doing the TikTok too. I don't do too much. I ain't got a lot of them videos in me, but no, I follow some dope people. So
Right. I mean, we gonna get there, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything is. I mean, it's a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta crawl before you walk. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get there. You know what I mean? So that's the only way I can look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep looking and pushing forward. I just want to get better. You know what I'm saying? Better and better and better. You know what I mean?
right. Y'all go hit us up on YouTube once again. 120 on the Dash podcast. Yeah, definitely tap in with us, y'all.
Yeah, 120 on the Dash podcast on the real. Yeah, I know I need to get a YouTube. I have a YouTube. I just don't post nothing on YouTube, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna cap on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I post enough for the both of us.
So, you know what I mean? That's what's up, man. You know what I mean? You want to give us a little background story yourself? You know, let us know, you know, what you've been getting into, you know what I'm saying? What's your passions, you know what I'm saying? Where you from?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure it out, man. Let us know about Macwin. You know what I'm saying? How'd you get the name Macwin?
It was so the name Macwin actually was one of them things that because prior to that it was Mac Trey. It was one of them things when like Nas had like Illmatic and like they were stepping up just like a super dope name, but I didn't want to be like doing somebody else's name. I just put from the Mac Trey. I kept that, and through Macwin, and it sounded sophisticated to me. But as you probably remember, because I swear if Gator was on here, Burlai G, he would say he remembers Murder Macwin, and that was part of the rap thing. So it was kind of hand in hand with wanting to rap. That was when me and you and a lot of the other people would sit down in the basement and just go ham for hours.
Right. I remember those days for sure.
Yeah, freestyling. And when we say freestyling, we ain't talking about writing, no pen at any paper. It was just going in.
Right to it.
Facts.
Yes, sir. So first it was Murder Macwin, and then it turned into just Macwin. You took the murder off.
Well, I felt like it was always a revolving thing. So, as you remember, it went from Murder Macwin to Mr. Macwin. That's what
Yeah.
I think music under.
Now, as far as now, you said you brought up, you know what I'm saying, when we was in the dungeon or whatever, freestyling a lot like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your passion for the music then? You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you want to be like, you know what I'm saying? This, gave you that little spark in you know what I'm saying? Gave you a little light bulb. It was like, you know what? I want to get the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Um, so just to answer that correctly, I was born in California, right? Barstow,
Right.
San Francisco, California. I lived there. I want to say till I was around like 7 or 8, and
Mm.
then we moved to Chicago. And why that's relevant to your question is because in Chicago, I had one of them Fisher's Prices like uh, karaoke machine like thing where you can with the mic and you can record it a little bit. And I was always rapping then. It was like the digital underground, uh, the dazzling effects. They want effects. They want effects.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember them.
So I was still in Cali when like the beginning of NWA was kicking up.
Okay.
So with all those different little flavors, and then in Chicago, you would be around people riding the L trains, spitting raps on the L trains, and all that them different little things. So since I can remember, it was just like creative with music. So uh, going through the dungeon, and then kind of if you remember, I had a song prior to the dungeon, which was done with at the time my mom's husband's brother, and some songs I done with Tuffy. So
Okay.
sitting around freestyling, that was just fun. And then when we connected and everything was flowing, I had went out to Busy, the other producer that you was talking about, and we did that song over that 50 Cent beat. After that, I was like, I need this access to this a whole lot more. And once I seen it was becoming more of a generation of the home studio, and you can buy a lot of these and produce some good stuff. Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
happened. Yeah,
Ah, that's what's up.
yeah. That's how you got that call. So
Yeah, I do remember that call.
I got it. You was like, what? The studio. And
Hmm.
you remember I had the bed foam on the walls.
Yeah, I remember that. Bed
When we
foam on the
first
walls.
know
All.
it was white.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
ended up
yeah,
yellow.
yeah. We was getting it in some way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you a rapper now too, Chew? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Gonna have to hear some bars.
Oh yeah. Hey, I know who her
Straight,
cousin is. I ain't gonna front. He's a menace.
straight
So
bars.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's funny. All right. So, okay, so that's how you got the phone, you know what I'm saying? So then as far as like writing, you know what I'm saying? Did you do it from like, you know what I'm saying, like experiences and what was going on, like when you was writing your bars and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, you got your pen game is off the chain.
Oh, thank you. So that differed through times. Kind of like when you were saying about different stages. In the beginning, coming up in the era that I was in, it all had to be like checkable. You had to be able to say, "Hey, can we get on here and say he really was trying to fight Mike Tyson?" If I say that in a rap, because of the genre that I was in. So,
Mm-hmm.
but at some point, I got out of that and was like, I want to do what sounds good, or I'm gonna talk about people that was near me, or some things I may have seen while I grew up. So
Okay.
came a little more fictional, but at the same time, I gave a little more raw cut of like what I did. It wasn't through my eyes per se; it was seeing what these people. So
No doubt, no doubt. All right, for sure, for sure. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, the bars is what's up. You know what I'm saying. The bars is, you know what I mean. So, um, now as far as like what else you got going on, like as far as like your passion, because I know you got into the whole, like we did the music thing, and then now you kind of like got into like videography and the digital, being a digital creator. You know what I'm saying? How is that? And I'm like, what made you want to come up with that whole transformation?
Um, so with the videos, it did start with just trying to be take off on YouTube and see if it would hit. But when you sit there and you have to edit a little bit, and then you like, oh, I don't want to see a certain logo watermarks on my picture, so I purchased Adobe Premiere, and it was like $19 a month. and then I found out, I was like, wait a minute, they got this all clouds for 30. So I did that, and with doing that is where I get my push from you. It was to learn the logo designs, and because I would do the videos, even when I got that, I would do the videos and do them just quick and get them done, where it was really no edit. I just had fun, not fun. I just went in, added an intro and then an outro, a little bit of music to it. So, but learning it, I've been trying. Like I'll do more edits now, and then it's like you said, the logo designs. You were the biggest reason. You were like you got some conversations because if you remember them, they wasn't always easy. It'd be
No,
like,
right,
oh,
right.
do it, but I don't like it. I don't want to do it. That's not mine. And but by being cheap and broke in a sense, I didn't want to outsource it. So I was like, well, I got to go and try it at least, no matter how much I dislike it. But once it clicked and I understood how it worked, I'm like, oh man, this is easy. It's pretty fun, and it's something that you can sit at the end and be like, oh, I'm proud of that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, this year at some point I'm gonna plug up my beat machine and try to learn that. But I guess the comfort of saying, "Oh, I can hit Jeffro up," like you know what I mean. It hinders me because I've had that for what almost 2 years now.
Right, right. But there ain't nothing wrong with learning it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, just bettering your craft. You know what I'm saying? Because then because you throw some like visualization behind it. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many different ways you can make beats. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all the tools right there. It's just like you said, you got to plug it up, man. And just do it.
Fact. Yeah. With that saying that though, I do want to say when I asked you about the person, what happened in their mind. One thing about today's society, you can damn near subscribe to anything.
Yeah,
Subscription is like a form of winning for these companies. So
yeah,
um, I feel like this. One thing at that time, the right moment, can change your life, no matter what circumstances you are in. So with me saying that, like, let's say you download the Adobe Audition. There, almost like I said, every program has some type of free subscription at
hmm,
first, even if it's 7 days. Let's say you download it, you record, don't know how to really mix, you do a little bit, make it sound good to your ear, and you put it out, and then boom, next thing you know, you're a viral sensation.
that's true.
So there's no reason not to just go ahead, get it, and try it. You know what I mean? And if it's something like I find very much value out of the Adobe whole package. And that's everything from the Premiere for videos to the Photoshop to the Illustrator to everything I use on it is crazy. Not the Adobe Audition, the music. Like I mean, not like I can use the music or we edit like the podcast. So yeah.
Okay, okay.
So I suggest just just invest in yourself. Even if it's for 30 days, you buy 1 month of it and you put your talents to it. And I think you can make it happen. Or it might just motivate you to do it another month, then another month, because it's worth having. So invest in you.
Invest in you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
Right.
Like, why not? You know what I mean? Sure. Invest in yourself. Invest in your craft. Invest in your talent. Invest in what you want to do. Investments is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with investing
Right.
in yourself.
And the craziest thing is some of the things, like I was saying, I didn't like the Photoshop situation. I didn't want to do them designs at all. And now they're like a part of
There you
therapy,
go. It's
where
therapeutic. Exactly. See, that's what it.
like with your beats and stuff, I can see
Yeah.
where it's not about selling beats or becoming the number one beat producer. It's just I want to get better at it because it sounds great. A lot of his beats, like he said, he don't realize what's already there. Even though you want to be better, you already got something. So sometimes it's just being,
Exactly. You right. I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, I don't want to cut you off, but like, it's so therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this. Me personally, this is me. When I make beats, I'm in my own world. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a world that can't nobody come in and can't nobody take me out. You feel me? Um, don't nobody judge me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, they're gonna judge me after the fact. Oh yeah, that beat is this, that beat is that. Maybe you should add this, maybe you should take this out. But as I'm creating, there ain't nobody there but me.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need that. You know what I'm saying? You need that peace of mind. And I feel like me creating gives me that peace of mind, especially after like what I do, you know what I'm saying, as far as my career. You know what I'm saying? And then the getting better is, you know what I'm saying? Because if you go on my Instagram, literally all the way back to the very first post, you will see the evolution of the sound of Jeffro Rekordz. No cap.
Yeah.
You will literally see me get better and better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? So
The
I
crazy part
understand
is
that.
he always had, and see, that's why I kind of asked that question because did you make the beats on the? Because it was like so. Like for me, for instance, I did don't. I'm not gonna act like I didn't open up my little machine and try to beam beam boom and put something together. It came so natural to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just can't deny certain things, or there's reason why you should have been doing that. So don't deny yourself.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would never deny it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, because I get asked that a lot. Like, and I tell everybody the crazy thing is I want to be a rapper first. I want to be the lyricist. I want to be in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't. I want because now I understand and know that you can make way more money behind the camera. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You could be way more influential. You know what I'm saying, in the process of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like, just say for instance, like if you whatever song you hear, you know what I'm saying, like on the radio or something like that, all you see is the artist. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it might be a producer or something like that that don't even care about being in the limelight. But he has so, you know what I'm saying, that producer, it could be a he or she, has so much influential on that project. You know what I'm saying? And don't even know is getting the residuals as well, just as much as the artist. You know what I'm saying? So, or maybe even more in the long run. You feel me? It depends on, the contracts and the publishings and how you negotiate whatever you negotiate. But the person behind the scene is the one that's really, you know what I'm saying, benefiting in the music. You feel me? Like
Right.
you got to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I said, those are those conversations that I wish I would have had in the earlier days.
Right. Well, I mean, would they have really? I guess we would have did more, especially certain things then were great, easy opportunities and it was one of them that we can still go look up right now from 2008 on YouTube. So,
Right, but see, by me saying that though, is I'm saying we would have took a more serious independent. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to get signed by a major, we would have
right,
been more. We would have took a bigger leap on the independent side, trying to push us out ourselves because we had everything that we needed. We didn't have to go search for no beat makers. We didn't have to go search for no engineer. We didn't have to go search for no artist. We had it all right there.
man,
And see, right now, you got beat makers who searching for artists. You got engineers that's searching for beat makers, or you having artists searching for beat makers right now. You see what I'm saying? That's what the whole game is right now. But we had it all in house. We was like No Limit. We was like Cash Money. We was like Suave House. You know what I'm saying? We was like all that. You know what I'm saying? We had it right there in house, and all it would have took for one of us to have that major big leap, and we was all gonna be behind that, and we was all gonna benefit from it. That's what I mean. Like if we would have took the business part of it a little more serious, then it's just like doing more work, more work, more work, more work. Let's just make
right.
music. Let's just get this. Let's get lit. Let's make music. Let's all get on this song. What's the hook gonna be? What's the name gonna be? But if we
Blame it
was
on
working on, you blaming on what?
Tupac.
So like, but if we would have took more initiative, like, all right, man, let's go ahead and this Friday we just working on you. Let's get 2 songs out of you, man. Boom, do it like that and build us a different catalog. And then, but see, because look at how the AOH compilation came about. It was just like, all right, let's put a project out. Let's just go through everything that we did. You know what I'm saying? And then so we went through everything that we basically did that was original because we didn't want to put out nothing that we did
Right.
as far as like industry beats and nothing like that that we would have had to have flack for as far as like, you know what I'm saying, getting sued of sampling or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we
We were
did
doing
all
originals and then we were doing the mixtapes.
right. So the AOH compilation is all original. Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Majority of it was my beats. You feel me? So like we would have just took that more serious. You know what I'm saying? And then it just was so easy because we was like, all right, boom, let's put that on the AOH compilation. Oh, this is banging too. Let's throw that on the AOH compilation. Like we already had everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had it all right there.
That is true. That I mean, I've said it more than anything. Like that. That is the side. Even if we were putting shows together, putting visuals together, even just like camera phones, they were there
Right.
then. You know what I mean? And we just didn't do none of that. So,
Exactly. Like, man, like the perfect thing is if we would have had a camera going the whole time we was doing that, we would have had so many visuals going on right now. For we probably would have had videos. We could have just put out just visuals of us kicking it in the studio. Because the studio sessions, I ain't gonna lie, was always lit. You know what I'm saying? It was always contraband. It was always roasting going on. It was always joking. It was never really like all that stuff was not too serious. We just had a good time making music. Because remember, our motto was back then, we don't go to the club. We make music for the club.
facts. Yeah,
Cause we was already there.
we were there, and then again, that was something like. So a lot of like even with the studio, so here's the thing. Before we left, me and Jeffro had some conversations just about our personal relationship, right? Um, a lot of things that y'all like the biggest thing to understand is it's not just like, oh, that's a friend of mine. That's kind of like a brother to me. Like a lot of the things that, so with music, like I gotta say, my big brother was the main reason I got into rap. Like music in general, like that's what influences you all the time. Is the person that you trying to impress the most. You know what I mean? So, but at some stage, to do more, to progress, to produce these things, and to give us a way to accomplish some of the things we wanted to do. Okay, we didn't become stars, but we got music for days. If we played all of the music that we have, we you would trick off most of your day with us, right or wrong.
Right. No, you
You know,
right.
we're
You right.
hours into your day, so we got tons of music, and yet I was able to give that, and we all could have done it, but you know what I mean. It was like, let's just do it and see what we can do, and it gave us a everyday week, once a week collab where I had my favorite people in the room with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it
Mhm.
it was you as well as my brother. Like all the inspiration came from right there. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right. Cause like how I like to explain to people is that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so right now, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest things that all these beat makers, all these producers, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? What they chasing is what they call are placements. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
They're chasing placement. You know what I'm saying? And the placement ain't nothing but a finished project. You feel me? So how I like to explain to people is like, well, I'm not really chasing the placement. I could say maybe I'm chasing maybe a major placement, but in factuality, I already have placement. You know what I'm saying? I have, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's on Spotify right now, that's placement. You see what I'm saying? I have finished product. Um, Plus, I like to tell people, you know what I'm saying, even if they think I'm capping or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I got receipts. We have receipts. That's what you're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? We have plenty of music that we did. I like to call those receipts because I could pull those up at any time. You know what I'm saying? Just for anybody who's thinking I'm capping, you know what I mean? So a lot of the conversations that I have been having with people that I have ran across, you know what I'm saying, they look at me like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you think you know more than me. I don't never think I know more than you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going off of my experiences. Like, why would I try to lie to you and make me sound better? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going off of how I know what I did and what, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and if they think I'm capping, I could pull up a receipt. You know what I'm saying? I could pull up a song, or I tell, hey, go to Spotify. You know what I'm saying? I co-produced that. You know what I'm
And
saying? Like all that.
those receipts come with so much more attached. Now we only really air out a lot of the music that we have our rights to. So we don't have no worries about
Exactly.
the legal aspect. Now, if we want it, we can unload so many. It's funny
Right.
because just sent me a song that Records just sent me a song that I forgot we even recorded. So I and that song is fire to me. If it was one of our beats, oh yeah, I would have did
Mm,
something for that already to put it out.
exactly. Cause you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, go to Spotify, boom. You know what I'm saying? You got the AOH compilation. I co-produced that one. And then you go on SoundCloud, you know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I'm saying, projects on there, you know what I'm saying, that I could say I co-produced those two, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but then I also have other things that I actually produced 100%. So I'm not really trying to, you know what I'm saying, like make myself sound better than anybody. And I never will do that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm still a student to the game. There's so much that I want to learn. There's so much that I want to accomplish. There's so much that I feel like I can offer. So
Right.
I just want to play my part. That's all.
Yeah. We definitely got a lot of talent, y'all. It's one of another reason why I invested in it. Because even back then, we went and bought out at that time Fruity Loops, and that was at an era where you had to upgrade every year. I did buy it this time too. I haven't even, again, haven't even really browsed into it. So it's just about seeing something around the people that you're around. And like mom said, our mindset was younger. So yeah, our dreams at that time. So if we had them same ambitions in this era right now, with the opportunities and the way we operate, we will be pushing so hard that the door would have blew up. But after going through them things and our mindset being different and younger at that time, it set a tone for us now where we ain't going in the deep end. But so with that being said, y'all, we have gave that hour. We have hit that hour more than anything. This is always great. Again, I want to say thank y'all for tapping in. Thank you, Jeffro. Do make me want to do these things. You know what I mean? So
No, I
um,
appreciate you, bro.
it's been another one of those great episodes. The weekend is coming. I hope everything is great. We love y'all. It's
Love
120
y'all.
on the dash with your boys. Macwin. So random.
And Jeffro Rekordz.
All out. We love y'all.
All out. See y'all.